Want to ask a very serious question today, so let's get into it. Let's ask a very serious question. Should we have recast T'Challa? And is this movie Wakanda Forever going to flop? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's your boy Captain Hunter coming at you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you smash that rate, subscribe, and share buttons. Make sure that you hit all those. Make sure you get the notifications for when I drop a new video and all that. Do me a favor, please make sure that you hit that. I want to ask a very serious question today, so let's get into it. Let's ask a very serious question. Should we have recast T'Challa, and is this movie Wakanda Forever going to flop? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So my kids, at the dropping of this video, at the dropping of the trailer for Wakanda Forever, sent me the video, and my son told me that he really wasn't even looking forward to it. And then he sends me another message saying that the MCU is dead. And so MCU is having some problems right now. There's no doubt about it. They're having some problems. They're trying, I don't know if they're trying to do too much. They're trying to appease all these different people. They're trying to listen to all these different voices, and whatever's going on, they're not telling us good stories. And I have not been impressed with any, let me say it again, I have not been impressed with any MCU Disney Plus shows. The only one that was fairly decent was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Moon Knight was bad. Listen, they're all WandaVision. I thought I didn't think any of those movies, any of those shows were good. I don't know what people are talking about. I had to go back and rewatch some of them. I'm like, this is still good. It's still trash. It's not good. So let me talk about the good that I actually appreciated from the videos or from the trailer. I actually thought that Ryan Coogler is a great director, great writer. I don't know if he wrote this one, a screen wrote or whatever, but I think he's really good. I think he's really good at what he does. And I think that I'm looking, and I don't want it to flop. Let me just say that off the top. I don't want it to flop. I think I'm looking forward to the movie. I was looking forward to it when my son sent me the trailer. I think the trailer looked good. The visuals, the music, it's touching, it's moving. It tries to give homage to Chadwick Boseman, but it doesn't. You want to give honor to Chadwick Boseman, and I know that this was a debate that they were having, but you had to recast the character. Even his brother said to recast the character. I know that there were probably debates and discussions in the boardrooms in Kevin Feige's office or wherever they're doing it, talking about this. And I know that they wanted to get this going, but this is not the way to do it. I said I wish that I had made a video at the time. I didn't make a video at the time, but they should have recast the character. When I heard Kevin Feige, the whole mastermind behind this old MCU, talking about this, saying that they weren't going to recast Chadwick Boseman, I thought that was a mistake. I thought that was a mistake. So I don't want the movie to flop, but unfortunately, I think that it will flop. I don't think that it's going to be. I don't know if men are, and the reason I think that it's going to flop is because I think that men are not excited about it. And this is not just black men. I'm going to talk about all what's going on, what I think. But this is not just a black man problem. But let me start off with the black man problem. We have a problem with black masculinity. There's a problem with black men being strong, competent, capable men. And if you think about the other characters that are in comic books, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, you think about all these different types of people who are alpha males, who are strong. We need a black character who's like that. We got Rhodey, who's a colonel in the United States Army or Air Force. We got Sam Wilson, who was a part of the rescue paratroopers, another elite squad. All that is great. All that is great. But they were sidekicks to Steve Rogers, sidekicks to Tony Stark. In the MCU, we need T'Challa. We don't need, it's great to have a Black Panther, a protector of Wakanda. That's great, whoever that may be, but we need T'Challa. We need a military genius. We need an intellectual, we need a technological genius. That's who and what we need, and we need it in a black male form. I know we have Riri Williams coming, and we've had all these other, we need T'Challa. We need to settle that we need T'Challa, and they should have recast him for that. when we think about all these different people, think about Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie. He's kind of a playboy. He gets the girl. The first T'Challa that we got, he did not get the girl. And I got a shout out to Dr. Thassanjohnson for pointing this out, that T'Challa in his own movie did not get the girl at the end of this show. And so men who are strong, the James Bonds of the world and all that kind of stuff. I think the leaders of a country, leaders of whatever's going on, African-American men in leadership roles should enjoy every single luxury that every other man gets. Tony Stark in his movies, 007, they should enjoy every single luxury. And I got to point out, shout out to Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, for pointing this out in his narrative about this. So they should have recast him. I know that there were numerous debates that were going on about this, and I'm sure that there was probably heated discussions about it. They made an emotional decision that may have some dire consequences as far as the bottom line. And that I think is really, really unfortunate and unfair. Even his brother was down for recasting him. And I think that really shows the level that T'Challa was bigger than Chadwick Boseman. With all due respect to Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa was bigger than him. And I think that we all have to recognize that. George Reeves, Christopher Reeves, Brandon Routh, and all these others who have played Superman were those actors. Superman and Clark Kent were bigger than those persons. And T'Challa has to be bigger than one actor playing him. So let's dive into this black masculinity problem that's going on. I think that, again, that there's a problem with the black masculinity, the black male frame. And I think that this is something we need to continue to push back against. And I think that Hollywood and media is doing a much better job at this. I really do. I mean, you can't watch a commercial nowadays without being some interracial couple in it. But I still think there's this struggle around black masculinity and the projection of black male strength in its fullness that we're struggling with. And that comes out in this decision not to recast T'Challa. It comes out in these movies that are coming out where there's now black female empowerment. And I don't have any problem with that. Again, I have a daughter, wanting to be the best that she can be, and I want her to be able to look up to individuals and say that she can be the best that she can be. But this is a problem that is going on beyond all this. And so it's not just myself who's commenting about this. Judge Joe Brown, T. Hassan Johnson, other intellectuals are commenting about what's going on with this assertion of women in certain roles. Not saying that women don't have a place or can't be strong and can't be leaders. No one is saying that. But to do it at the detriment of the male, I think that is becoming problematic. So I'm hoping that if there is a Black Panther 3, that they actually fix this problem and bring back T'Challa. It's great that we have M'Baku. It's great that we have whatever else is going on, but we need T'Challa. That's the character that we need going forward. Now, the MCU has some bad guys coming along. I think I saw a trailer for the High Evolutionary for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And Kang the Conqueror is going to be these are black men. That's great. They're strong, black, genius level intellects and all that kind of stuff. But we still need T'Challa. We still need a good guy. We still need, as I talked about, and the ending of Endgame, thinking about Thor, thinking about Tony Stark, Iron Man, thinking about Captain Rogers. We still need a T'Challa to stand in there as a hero, strong, military genius and all that. So we know that we're going to get a Black Panther. Who it's going to be, we don't know yet. But this is a problem that's been going on for a while now. And the internet, particularly in YouTube spaces, are really tired of it, right? Thor, Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, even the new Game of Thrones prequel. All this is becoming very, very problematic. And people don't want to see it. Some screenwriters have chimed in about the problems that have been going on. Some screenwriters have been chiming in, talking about what's going on. And so Hollywood's got to fix this, right? You got to be able to come up with a way to tell a good story, number one, tell a story that is able to empower women, to get them to feel the warm and fuzzies on the inside, and not alienate men on the way. Because while men I think that men are the greatest consumers of this type of material in the first place, right? We want to go to the movies. We read the comic books. We've done whatever. We've watched the TV shows growing up. So that needs to be taken into consideration when these movies are being made. And yes, if you want women to go and be enthusiastic about it, then okay. Then you have to be able to tell a story about creating women-led environments without dumping on the men who are in these spaces as well. If we're going to fix these problems, because that's what I think is going on. I think that there's an emasculation of the man in order to make way for women, and I don't think that that's fair to the women. I don't think that's fair to the men. I don't think that it's fair to anyone who's viewing this, because ultimately nobody wants to see that. We want to see strong male characters. We want to see strong female characters, and we want to be able to see them perform their abilities and be able to tell us a good story. And that's not what's happening right now. That's not what's happening. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Are we going too far with this? Are we not going far enough? What's up with this? So, is this movie going to fail? Is it? Are you planning on seeing it? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still excited to see it. I still want to see it. And I actually thought about making this titling this movie should be Boycott. I don't plan to boycott. I don't know. I can see a lot of black men not showing up for this. I can see a lot of men, period, overall, not showing up for this. This may be a serious problem going forward. You cannot continue to do this. You cannot continue to do this. And this is, again, let me emphasize, this is not just a black situation. There are many people who are sick of what's going on out here, and it's very, very curious to me. But again, as we approach into these male spaces and say, listen, men, become the best version of yourselves. This is what we got to do. This is what we have to do. Become the best versions of ourselves. So get yourself together, work out, eat right, exercise, and get on your game, get on your grind, and open up doors for yourself. Those doors that don't open, force them open, or cut out a hole in the back door, make your own way in. But very, very curious to me as to what's going on here. So. Much love and peace, everyone. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Am I right? Is this movie going to flop or what?